Drive-in concert took place at the Northland property.
There are more than 200 people dressed up in...
The Rock was also popular in the 70s, not as a prison, but as a pet.
What happened to the carefree days of the 1970s, when every summer was an adventure waiting to unfold? From wild pranks to spontaneous road trips, teens knew how to embrace creativity and make memories that lasted a lifetime. Could anything be more thrilling? Join us as we look at 20 things every 1970s teenager did during summer break. In the 1970s, making giant slip and slides was a popular way to cool down and have fun.
Just unroll the Whammo slip and slide, you glide on a thin film of water.
So how is it made? Teens would buy large plastic sheets and spread them across sloping backyards or fields. With a garden hose spraying water and a bit of soap for extra slippiness, the slide was ready for action. The longer the plastic, the better the ride. Friends would gather, taking turns running and launching themselves down the slick surface. The speed and distance of each slide were thrilling. Laughter filled the air as people tossed, slid, and sometimes crashed at the bottom. The scrapes and bruises were considered badges of honor, adding to the excitement. Slip and slides was a simple activity, but left lasting memories of fun and laughter, making it a highlight of summer days. It became a daring trend in the 1970s, with teens challenging each other to run naked through public places.
And someone, quite likely,
whether it was a college campus, a football field, or a busy street, streaking made a bold statement. The rules were simple. Strip down and run as fast as possible while everyone around you reacted in surprise. The most famous streaking event happened during the 1974 Academy Awards when a band dashed across the stage in front of a live audience. The mixed reaction between amusement and disbelief made the trend more popular. College campuses became hotspots for streaking, with students racing across events and gatherings. For teens, streaking was wild, unpredictable, and filled with excitement, making it a thrilling part of growing up in the 70s. Build it, burn it, and let the fun begin. Yes, we're talking about the witch houses. In the 70s, building and burning witch houses was like a summer tradition for teens looking for creative fun. The process started by gathering scrap wood, cardboard, and other materials to construct a small house or structure. The setup wasn't complicated, but allowed teens to have fun with their building skills. They added personal touches like decorations or quirky designs, making each creation unique. The real excitement came when it was time to burn the structure down. Teens would gather around, cheering as the flames grew higher. The act of setting the house on fire was more than just destruction. It was a release of energy, a symbol of letting go of something they built. The fire lit up the night, drawing crowds of friends who came to watch the spectacle. This activity was about the bonding during the building process and the shared excitement of watching it all go up in flames. Launching DIY rockets became a thrilling pastime for teens in the 1970s. The process was simple yet exciting, as teens gathered household items like baking soda, vinegar, and plastic bottles to create rockets. Mixing the ingredients caused pressure inside the bottles, sending the rockets soaring into the sky. Some even used cardboard tubes for more advanced designs, pushing their creations higher with every launch. The thrill was in watching the rockets take off and hearing the cheers of friends as they shot in the air. Gathering in open fields, teens would take turns launching their handmade rockets, eager to see whose would fly the highest. Each attempt was met with laughter, excitement, and friendly competition. Even when rockets failed, the fun was in the process of building and trying again. DIY rocket launching was not only about the science experiments, but about creating something together and sharing the joy of success. Have you ever wondered what was your favorite pastime during summer breaks? Teenagers of the 1970s loved turning abandoned buildings into haunted houses for spine-tingling fun.
There are more than 200 people dressed up in... See?
They would gather old props, sheets, and anything else to add to the spooky atmosphere. Each group worked together to transform dark, empty spaces into eerie mazes filled with jump scares and mysterious sounds. The excitement wasn't just scaring others, but creating a haunted experience from scratch. Old barns or empty buildings provided the perfect backdrop, with dark corners and creaky floors adding to the fear. Friends would take turns going through the haunted house, knowing someone or something was waiting to scare them. The anticipation made each walk through even scarier. Creating these haunted houses was about teamwork, creativity, and bonding. The memories of exploring those spooky spaces with friends became cherished moments mixed with laughter and fright. Ready to lace up and roll into the night? In the 1970s, teens took their love for roller skating to a new level by organizing roller skating rallies on highways. They would gather in groups, strapping on skates and taking over wide roads for nighttime rides. They only required skates, a smooth road, and a group of friends. These rallies weren't about competition, but about speed, fun, and enjoying the freedom of skating with others. As they rolled down the highway, they formed tight packs, helping each other pick up speed by drafting off one another. The excitement came from the sense of unity and the thrill of dodging the occasional car. Skating under the stars, with the wind rushing past, made it feel like a grand adventure. The rallies brought people together. The night spent skating became synonymous with friendship, laughter, and the joy of moving fast on four wheels. Get ready for a night of wild, unexpected fun with Anything That Goes. Teenagers loved hosting Anything Goes talent shows in the 1970s. These informal events were usually held in garages or basements and featured outrageous performances and quirky talents. Friends gathered, cleared a space, and let everyone showcase their skills. There were no rules, so acts ranged from arm wrestling to spontaneous magic tricks or even silly impersonations. The fun came from the unpredictability. You never knew what was coming next, and that kept the energy high. Friends would cheer for each other, no matter how strange or unexpected the talent was. Every show was unique, with laughter and applause filling the room. These events gave teens a chance to express themselves freely. What made these talent shows special was the inclusivity. Everyone could participate, regardless of skill level, creating a sense of community. The wild and unpredictable nature of the performances made every night fun and creative. Grab a keg and get ready to escape with us into the wild for a night of adventure. Hosting keg parties deep in the woods became a popular way for teens to have fun away from watchful eyes.
He's on the phone with the governor because he found the biggest treasure in Marion County history.
The setup was simple but required some effort. Teens would gather money, buy a beer keg, and hide it in a secluded spot in the woods. The goal was to find a place to party without being caught by parents or authorities. These parties were more than just drinking. They were about freedom and the thrill of being out in nature with friends. The atmosphere was filled with laughter, music, and the glow of bonfires. As the night went on, the sense of adventure grew. Being far away from civilization made it feel like a true escape. The real draw of keg parties wasn't the beer, but the camaraderie. Friends came together to enjoy the night, dance, tell stories, and forget about rules for a while. Hold tight for our next thing for the 70s. It's the ride of your life. Car surfing became a risky but thrilling activity for teens in the 1970s. The idea was simple yet dangerous. Teens would stand on the roofs of slow-moving cars, trying to keep their balance as they cruised down empty streets or rural roads. It tested bravery, balance, and a desire for adventure. All you needed was a car, a driver, and a willing participant ready to stand on top. Friends gathered to watch, cheer, and sometimes even take turns. The real thrill was the risk, knowing that one wrong move could send you tumbling. Yet the danger was part of the appeal, as teens sought new ways to feel alive. Though risky, car surfing gave teens a sense of freedom and excitement that was hard to find elsewhere. It was about pushing limits, feeling the wind in your face, and sharing wild experiences with friends. Ready for the ultimate prank? Hunt a snipe. Snipe hunting became a popular prank among teens in the 1970s, especially at summer camps or group outings. The idea was to send a newcomer on a wild chase for a fictional creature known as a snipe.
Common snipe area is over by the big trees in the very back.
Friends would tell the victim elaborate stories about the elusive snipe and give them a bag to catch it. The prank usually occurs at night, adding to the mystery and excitement. The victim is left in the woods, making strange noises or beating the bushes, while everyone else hides nearby, trying to stifle their laughter. It isn't about cruelty, but about harmless fun and sharing in the joke once the truth is revealed. Snipe hunting was enjoyable because of the camaraderie it created. It wasn't just a prank, but a way to bond with friends, share laughter, and make the night unforgettable. Once the victim realized the joke, they usually laughed along. The next one on our nostalgic list is Pillow Wars. So grab a pillow and let the battle begin. In the 1970s, teens found a new way to have fun by organizing pillow wars in empty swimming pools. Empty pools, often drained for maintenance or disuse, became the perfect battleground. Teens would climb into the pool armed with pillows and start swinging. The goal wasn't to win, but to have the most fun, with feathers flying and laughter filling the air. Friends would gather, taking turns battling it out or forming teams. The pool's hard surfaces added a challenge, making the fights more about balance and strategy than strength. Every hit brought more laughter as pillows softened the blows, and nobody got hurt. The empty pool provided an exciting space for action, turning an ordinary place into a unique playground. Pillow Wars combined friendly competition and pure joy. It was about letting loose, laughing with friends, and turning a simple game into a memorable event. These designs weren't here the night before, so who created them? Step into the mystery of crop circles. Teenagers began sneaking into fields in the 1970s to create mysterious crop circles. The idea was to flatten crops in strange patterns resembling messages from space. Armed with wooden planks and ropes, they would spend hours carefully stomping down the crops to form perfect circles. Once finished, they would leave the fields, hoping locals would find the circles the next morning and start wondering how they got there. Sometimes the designs were so detailed that people believed aliens had visited. The buzz around crop circles grew, and soon it became a fun prank to leave behind unexplained shapes. Teens enjoyed the mystery they created and the attention their work received. Creating crop circles was a creative outlet for teens who loved blending art with intrigue. The crop circle phenomenon left a mark on pop culture, making it an iconic part of summer adventures. Get ready for the wildest ride of your life, right at home. In the 1970s, adventurous teens took on the challenge of building homemade roller coasters in their backyards. They would construct rickety tracks that promised a thrilling ride using wood, old bicycles, and anything they could find. The setup took time as they carefully measured and hammered pieces together to create a smooth yet exciting ride. Safety wasn't always the priority, but the fun was undeniable. Once the roller coaster was complete, friends would line up to take a turn. The ride often involved a steep drop or a fast curve, giving everyone a heart-pounding experience. The coaster might be small and homemade, but it captured the excitement of an amusement park ride right at home. Laughter and cheers filled the yard as everyone took their ride, trying not to scream too loudly. Homemade roller coasters were projects that brought friends together. They were about the pride of building something with their own hands and the thrill of sharing the fun with everyone around them. It's time to joust with trash can lids and broomsticks. Let's find out what it is. Teenagers created a unique game called trash can jousting.
Go, go, go!
They would sit on go-karts or bicycles, holding broomsticks as lances and using trash can lids as shields. They would face off against each other, racing towards one another and trying to knock their opponent off balance. It was a battle of balance, strength, and skill. Friends would gather in parking lots or empty spaces to watch the jousting matches. The goal wasn't to hurt anyone, but to outmaneuver the other person while staying upright. Every successful hit or block was met with cheers and laughter. The excitement built with every joust as players tried new strategies to win. Trash can jousting was so much fun that it created a playful competition. It wasn't about winning, it was about the joy of doing something different with friends. The matches became legendary among groups of teens, turning an ordinary parking lot into a place for fun and excitement. How much fun would line up the night with a secret fireworks display be? Another favorite of 70s teenagers. Teens often organized illegal fireworks shows in fields or secluded areas. Fireworks weren't easy to come by, and many states had strict laws against using them. But that didn't stop teens from finding ways to get their hands on some. Teenagers would pool their money to buy fireworks and then pick a secret spot, far from the prying eyes of adults and authorities. Once night fell, the fireworks were set off, lighting the sky with color and noise. Teens cheered every explosion, enjoying the thrill of doing something forbidden. The danger added to the excitement as each firework lit up the night sky, casting shadows on the faces of those watching. Illegal fireworks shows were all about the excitement of breaking the rules. The combination of danger, beauty, and fun made these events unforgettable as teens created their light show to celebrate summer nights with friends. Get ready for the prank of the summer with the fun kids of the 70s. Teens loved setting up prank phone booth traps. They would fill public phone booths with surprises like water balloons or shaving cream, rigging the doors to trigger the trap when someone stepped inside. Friends would hide nearby, watching as the unsuspecting victim opened the door and got covered in water or foam. The joy came from the anticipation as everyone waited for the perfect moment. Laughter echoed through the streets as the prank worked, surprising and amusing the victim. These phone booth pranks became popular for entertaining friends and strangers, turning an ordinary phone call into a hilarious event. It wasn't about being mean, but having fun together and creating stories to tell later. The surprise and reactions made each prank unforgettable, adding to the sense of mischief and adventure that defined the summer. Who would have thought that you could create fun out of pet rocks? The pet rock craze took over, and teens found a fun way to make it even better by racing their pet rocks. The idea was simple and playful. Teens would decorate their rocks with faces, googly eyes, or even tiny hats, giving them personality. Then they would set up a slanted surface or a ramp to race the rocks downhill. Friends would gather around, cheering for their favorite rocks as they tumbled and rolled toward the finish line. The randomness of the races made them exciting, as no one could predict which rock would reach the bottom first.
The Rock was also popular in the 70s, not as a prison, but as a pet.
It wasn't about speed or skill, just pure fun and laughter. Each race was a new adventure, filled with surprise twists and turns. The joy of pet rock racing was in its silliness and creativity. It allowed teens to personalize their rocks and share in the laughter as they raced. Coming over to something spooky and ghostly made teen life more fun. Teenagers found a new way to have fun with CB radios by making ghost calls. The idea was to pretend to be a ghost or a mysterious voice on the radio, scaring truck drivers or other radio users. With a bit of static and eerie voices, teens would make up stories or strange sounds, creating a spooky atmosphere. Teenagers would gather around the CB radio, taking turns creating creepy messages. Some pretended to be aliens or ghosts, making strange noises or warning of bizarre events. The fun was hearing the reactions of those on the other end as they tried to figure out what was happening. The mystery and excitement made every call an adventure. Ghost calls were harmless fun and a little mischief. The thrill of making someone believe in something spooky made it exciting, and the laughter that followed made it even better. Turn up the music and rock the drive-in, because we're about to uncover what 70s concerts were like. Teenagers found a new way to enjoy music by hosting impromptu concerts at drive-in theaters. With a few guitars, drums, and some portable amps, they would turn the parking lot into a stage.
Drive-in concert took place at the Northland property.
The setup was quick and easy, and soon music filled the air as friends gathered around to listen. These concerts weren't planned, which added to the excitement. As teens played their favorite songs, cars would pull up and more people would join in. creating an instant audience. The drive-in's wide-open space was perfect for letting the music flow, and the casual atmosphere made everyone feel welcome. These concerts were filled with spontaneity and a sense of community. They weren't about perfection, just sharing music, having fun, and spending time with friends. The impromptu nature of the concerts turned every drive-in visit into a night to remember, filled with music, laughter, and a feeling of togetherness. Who wouldn't want an adventure under the stars? Let's sneak out like a teen in the 70s. Sneaking out of summer camp at night became a thrilling adventure for teenagers. The idea was simple. Wait until everyone was asleep, then quietly slip out of the cabin and explore. Sneaking out felt like a wild escape, whether a trip to the nearby lake or a secret meeting spot in the woods. Teens would plan their escape during the day, whispering about where to meet and how to avoid getting caught. Once outside, the night felt full of possibilities. The thrill wasn't just in the adventure, but in the danger of getting caught. Every snap of a twig or distant noise made hearts race, but it only added to the excitement. More than breaking the rules, sneaking out was about bonding with friends, exploring the unknown, and making unforgettable memories. The shared excitement, the stars overhead, and the sense of freedom made every sneaked out night an adventure to remember.